It's difficult for anybody to make a film nowadays, but it's doubly difficult if you've never directed a film before and if you are a woman. There's still prejudice against women in some areas, sorry to say. Barbara Loden is my next guest. She not only made her own film, but she won the International Critics' Prize at the Venice Film Festival for it. It's called Wanda. It just opened in New York and will probably be coming to your town. If you're not here, will you welcome, please, an attractive and very determined Barbara Loden.
Very determined, huh?
Very determined. Well, I suppose you ran into a certain amount of trouble trying to raise money these days when it's tight for a movie?
Yeah, but not because I was a woman, just because it's hard to get money for anything.
It wasn't because you're a woman.
No.
I'm glad to hear that. Maybe things are getting better for women.
Yeah, well, I think it helps sometimes to be a woman.
Yeah.
But when it comes to trying to make a picture, I think it's difficult for anyone to get someone to let them do it.
They say it's nearly impossible. If
Yeah.
you could read the list of names of famous stars who are sitting at home,
Yeah.
knowing how popular they are and not working, it would be depressing.
Well, that's why I went and made my own movie.
And you did, but you really made your own movie.
Yeah.
I mean, you had a three-man crew, which
Yeah.
filmmakers know is impossible, supposedly.
Well,
Why
it's
is
not
that?
really. It's easier that way because you don't have all those bored people standing around. And you don't have to...
Getting paid.
Yeah, getting paid, that's right.
Yeah. But it's about a girl who robs a bank, Wanda. I know that much about it. It's not about a girl who robs a bank. It's about a chimpanzee who learns to go to school.
No.
It's not about a girl who robs a bank.
Guess.
It's about a boy who robs a girl?
No, it's about...
I just thought I'd guess what it was about.
No.
Tell us what it's about.
Okay, I will. It's about a girl who gets hooked up with a man who wants to rob a bank.
So I was close.
Yeah, close.
Oh, it's
but
amazing.
They're not really cut out for doing that sort of thing, and they don't succeed in it.
Yeah. And you said somewhere that it was about your life in an interview that
Well,
I read. You never did actually that, did you? Well, if you did, you don't have to talk about it, but I'd like it if you did.
Well, no, what I meant was that the girl, the character in the movie, is very much the way that I used to be, in the sense of she just sort of floats around and doesn't really know what to do with herself, and until somebody else tells her what to do, and depends on what person you get hooked up with that tells you what to do as to what the results will be. And she gets hooked up with the wrong person.
You came from a very poor background, didn't you? Do you mind
No.
my putting it bluntly?
Don't say that, because my relatives get mad when you say that.
They do?
Yeah.
Is it true, though?
No, we were not really poor, no.
Yeah.
No, we were not poor.
Why do I picture you growing up in the Appalachian?
Oh, well, the movie takes place in Appalachia, but I grew up in, well, in North Carolina in the mountains. It's not really Appalachia, no.
Well, I swear, in biographies of you, they always say a mountain girl who had...
Listen, don't
and they
believe
paint you as if
everything
you had
you
no
read.
shoes to wear and out
No.
at the knees and
Well,
overalls and all
it
that.
sounds better that way, you see.
Yeah.
No,
Why
it
did
wasn't,
they do that? Why
it
did
wasn't
they
that I didn't have any shoes, I just didn't have any cashmere sweaters, you might say.
Okay, okay. Can we take a look at the piece of the film? Should you tell us what we're going to see
Yeah,
here?
I want to tell you what it's about.
Yeah, don't, hold
No, this is Wanda and Mr. Dennis, and he's displeased with the way she looks, and he's gone out to, he's robbed a few places to get some money for her to get herself a new outfit. And in this scene, you'll see he's setting her straight about who's boss.
Okay, here we go.
I thought I told you to get a dress.
I did. I got one in here.
Get in the back and put it on. No slacks. When you're with me, no slacks. No hair curlers. Makes you look cheap. You want to look cheap? Hey, get up here.
I didn't know you could actually shoot in a moving car. I thought they always used a phony background or something. You were actually in there.
Well, they usually do, or they have a breakaway car where they can remove part of it and set up a camera.
So you may have invented something that they...
Well, I invented that shot, yes.
Yes.
And and also, yeah, it's because it's very tight in a car and you can't really get the distance.
Yeah.
So my cameraman, Nick Preferis, had to really squeeze back in the corner so he could get enough distance to shoot that scene.
Let me take a message and then we'll be right back and I'll tell you something. I should have mentioned, Barbara Loden is married to Leah Kazan, the great director. And I suppose people will inevitably say, oh, he probably looked over his shoulder through the whole thing, and since the film's now won a prize and all. Did he look over your shoulder? Or
Yeah.
around your shoulder? Or
Yeah.
Did he help?
Yeah, he was very helpful. Yeah.
But he's never made a movie on so small a budget with so few technicians.
No, but he will.
He will now.
Yeah.
Did he doubt that it was possible?
No, I think he's been interested in a long time. Now, since I did it, he wants to do it.
He does.
Yeah.
Why is it that now suddenly everyone is teaching the movie industry that you can make movies on much less money than they thought they could?
Actually, it's the way they started out. You know, they used to take a camera out in an old car and get a couple of people and make a movie. So that's what I did. Because what happened, movie production just overextended itself. Now it's impossible to make movies now. Nobody can afford to make a movie because it costs too much money. They have too many people working on them that are unnecessary.
But movies are being made.
Very few.
They're making one.
They're making his movie, right?
They're making your book into a movie.
Yeah, the book, The Gang That Couldn't Shoot State, they're starting now, which is what I want to ask you. Once in a while in the afternoon, I come over with the director, Jim Goldstone, and have a drink, and somebody will come in who's going to test or play a part, and just ask me to say hello, and then we'll get somebody to take him into some place in Brooklyn where he can listen to speech and how people talk. You know, it's like Warren Oates, for one, came in, and he just wanted to hear people talk, but I don't understand how you must have a file catalog in your head as to what actor could play this, because Goldstone, I just remember how he's remembering them for this part. He's got 4 and 5 names that he's met somewhere along the trail.
What I did, I went down to, well, I shot my movie in Carbondale, Pennsylvania, and Scranton also. I went down to the radio station, and they were nice, and they let me announce that I was making a movie there. And I said, anybody that wants to be in a movie, come down Saturday morning. So they came down, about 50 little kids under 12 came down. But some of them had parents with them, and I said, well, I can't use the children, but maybe I can use the parents. And I took Polaroid pictures of them, took their names, and I had like a little casting file, All the people, they're all non-actors.
Were those people we saw non-actors?
No, Michael Higgins is a professional actor. That was me you saw. What are you talking about?
Are you in that?
Yes. That's me, Barbara.
You're Barbara Loden, then.
That's right.
You used to be a member of the Nairobi Trio.
That's right. Nobody knows that.
People as old as I am remember the Nairobi Trio on the Ernie Kovacs show.
Yeah.
You were dressed as...
That's why you didn't recognize me, because I used to be
Of course, I
dressed
recognized
as
you when you didn't...
gorilla.
As a gorilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long,
Barbara-
how long did it take to put that together, that movie? From start to finish?
Well, it took me a year to make it, but only because I took my time. I was afraid to finish it.
That is the one thing, the
Yeah.
commitment when you
Right.
do make a movie.
And I didn't have a
is
deadline.
enormous.
See, I had no pressure, so I was really sort of afraid.
Afraid to finish it?
Yeah.
What was the
Because I
total
never have
budget?
finished anything in my life, so it was a scary thing.
What was your total budget, Barbara?
My total budget was about $100,000.
That seems like a lot of money to
It
the average
is a
person,
lot.
but certainly
Yeah.
not to make a movie.
It is a lot, but see, everybody on my movie got paid. Usually when they make a low-budget movie, nobody gets paid.
So you didn't exploit the actors. Then.
I didn't exploit anyone, no.
The time commitment, that's the one thing about it that is eerie to me. You place a whole year into it, and it doesn't come out. You don't see anything
Right.
happening while you're doing it. That must be a
No,
tremendous
but it's the other way around. Because the thing is, when I was working on it, it was terrific. And then after it's finished, and then everybody else starts talking about it, it's being seen and people are talking about it. And to me, it's all over with. Because while I was working on it, the whole process of working on it was
Gives me
alive for me. Now it's
I gotta-
long ago. It's all over with.
I got a guilt feeling like on the scene, the gang that couldn't shoot straight. I wrote it so long ago. Now they're making the movie of it. And as I go, I'll leave the barn. As I'm going home, there's a paperback books are just out in the drugstore or something. I go, nuts, where's the next one? I'm supposed to have something out right now.
Yeah.
You know, the time lag of waiting.
Yeah.
When you do these longer things is the one thing. It gives me a guilt complex. I haven't done enough,
Well,
I think.
When you get that feeling, you have a beer, you lie down, the feeling goes away. Can I ask you a question? Is it cold as hell in this studio, or am I having a flash? It is? What? The audience is sitting there chattering, except one Eskimo who's happy in the balcony. We'll be back after this message.
Bang on the
What's
pipes.
happening?